It's actually happening. Cars are coming to the world of Fortnite Battle Royale, and whilst there are so many questions out there, I've decided to take all of the information that we've got and give you the answers that you want, covering the all-important questions. When are they coming? How will they work? Which cars can we drive? And more. All of this information in this video, letting you know everything there is to know about cars in Fortnite. If you're watching this video right now and you can't wait to drive a car around the Fortnite map and boost around with all of your mates, hit that thumbs up button right now. And if you're not already subscribed to see cars in action first, right here on the channel so you do not miss it. Don't forget to pop in code ALIA in a Fortnite store just like these guys. Let me know you done it down below in the comments and I'll heart some of them for you. So I've gathered a load of leaked information letting us know all the information there is about these cars, which cars we can find, when they're going to be coming, and as I said, all the questions that you want answers to. We're actually going to jump in game to see a lot of this information, which is very exciting, but I just want to throw it back to something that happened when Fortnite first came out. People speculated, will there ever be cars? Will there ever be vehicles in general? And Fortnite actually came out with a statement back in the day saying that the idea of traveling around the map fast in a vehicle just didn't really make sense in the world of Fortnite. Obviously, things have changed since then with the first introduction of shopping trolleys all the way working up to now, where we're literally getting cars finally. One of the big things that I noticed as soon as we moved over from the Chapter 1 map to the Chapter 2 map was obviously the new watery areas, but definitely the prominence of all of the roads linking all of the different parts of the map. I could tell instantly they were gearing up towards adding cars, and 3 seasons into Chapter 2, finally it's happening. Fortnite are currently gearing up, and actually have been gearing up for the cars to be added into the game at any moment for a long time now. One of the most recent changes, just in case you haven't noticed, if you get into any sort of vehicle that currently exists, currently we're covering air, helicopters, water with boats, and obviously soon to be land cars. If you get into any of the ones that are available now, then go ahead and check your map. You'll notice a load of gas station icons. If you go over to any of these in the current vehicles, it won't do anything. Currently, these things don't actually have any fuel. They just have a load of health, which go down if you get hit or go on the wrong type of surface and hit things. But obviously, with the introduction of cars, these areas will be usable to actually refuel the vehicles themselves. Something we'll be covering more with the stats of all of the cars in a bit. But that's not all. I'm going to take us to a very cool location with something that 99% of you won't have noticed. Added into the game now ages ago, and as I keep on saying in my videos at the moment, what Fortnite love to do is put things into the in-game files way before they're actually used. Sometimes leakers spot them, we talk about them, then we forget about them, and then boom, they're in the files ready to add whenever they want, and we've all just forgotten about the fact that they were over there. One of these is an example of a petrol canister added in absolutely ages ago, usable as an actual item as a source of petrol. Cool thing is, this is actually currently on the map. If you want to see one of the locations, head just to the little, what I like to call sort of party dance ski resort just above Misty Meadows. If you come over here to the campfire, you can actually find one of these in-game right now. Unfortunately, you can't actually interact with it or pick it up or use it in any sense. However, this will most likely be added in as an actual item or a usable portable way of refueling your vehicles and cars rather than having to take them to a specific refueling station. So these things are sneaking their way into the game and they're here already. Now, when it comes to the cars, which ones are we going to be able to drive and what are their stats going to be like? Well, thanks to the leaks, we got all of that information. Will you just be able to go up to a car like this and drive it? Well, no. If you look around even just Lazy Lake, I mean, there's so many cars, trucks, and vehicles here. The ones that you can actually drive are going to be limited and a little bit different. The spawn rate of the drivable car vehicles will be between 1 and 10. So a random number in between there that will spawn in each game, which will actually be able to be drivable and used by you. Along with that, there's going to be a minimum and maximum gas or petrol rate with that car that spawn. As we know, in the Fortnite map, there's trucks, there's cars, there's caravans, there's loads of things that could be drivable vehicles, but which ones will actually be usable? Well, you can actually see this in-game right now in the world of Fortnite. Head to Lazy Lake, probably the easiest place to find all of them. There are actual pictures and posters advertising all of the cars that will be available in-game. No, we're not talking about the shadow posters. Posters like this one. So there are 4 in total, meaning there's going to be 4 drivable cars when at least the cars first come out out, and we're going to be working from the smallest up to the biggest, and let me give you all of the stats. The first one here, the Prevalent, it looks like a standard car, is the smallest of the bunch with a total of 800 HP and a total fuel capacity of 100. When this car is idle, along with all of the other cars actually, it will not use any fuel. However, as you're driving along, it will use a small percentage of the total fuel. As you'd expect, so it will gradually go down. Confirmed through all of these stats, these cars can boost, which is awesome, just like the helicopters, just like the boats, we would expect that. And when the small cars boost, it will use a total of 5% of its fuel capacity. The small car will spawn with between 40 and 100% of all of its gas when it first enters the map, so maybe you'll get unlucky, maybe you'll get unlucky. And also when it starts getting damaged, cars will leak fuel, which obviously you do not want, at 2% per second. So you don't want to leak in your car, trust me. Next up, the car that I believe to be the medium car and the one that I'm by far the most excited to use is like the sports car. You probably would have picked that one out from the trailer. This one has the same fuel capacity as the small car, but we use a little bit more fuel when driving, same amount of fuel when boosting, and the same amount of chance of having 40% to 100% amount of its fuel when it spawns in, and also the same amount of fuel leaking when it is a little bit damaged. The medium car has 1000 HP. Now, the speeds of this car we don't know at the moment. I would assume that maybe the sports car can go a little bit faster than the other ones, or maybe they've all got the same. Either way, all of these cars are going to look so cool, and this is only half of them. We've got 2 more to go. What I believe to be the large car, the OG Bear. This thing is a little bit more of like a camper van-y truck, having more fuel capacity than the previous 2 cars. Again, using even more fuel per second when driving, and this time 9% of its fuel per boost. That's a lot. That's not too many boosts you can get away with this car. This large car has 1,200 HP, holding between 50 to 150, so a third to 100% of its fuel off of spawn, and also leaking 2 per second if it gets damaged. I'm telling you, don't get these cars damaged. But what about the biggest? The best. If you've watched the trailer, you may know what's coming. Take a look at the mud flap. Ooh, this thing is huge. This truck will have over 1,200 HP with a smaller fuel tank capacity at 100, and actually using the least amount of fuel whilst driving, but boosting will use 10% of its fuel, which is absolutely crazy. And spawning in with between 80 and 100% of its fuel, it's gonna have a lot, and leaking the same amount as all the others. This is the order that I believe all of the cars and all of the stats to match up together. It will be the 4 initial cars when this update goes live that we can drive. And remember, there's only between 1 and 10 on the map. You can't just randomly jump into a car. The next big question is, will there be more cars, and when are these things coming? So to work out when all of this is going to be happening, we need to look at quite a few things. First of all, a leak letting us know that a mode called Chrome will be coming soon, which by the description sounds like it's going to be based all around these cars coming to the game and about racing around the map. The Chrome limited time mode has the description as follows: race to the finish. Get to the finish line however you can. No points for second place, so faster is better. More than one way to win, whatever that means. Take out the competition if that helps. It's basically about taking one of the 4 vehicles that we've mentioned and getting to that finish line first in any way necessary. Now, if we take that information about that LTM and put it together with official information that Fortnite have given us about future LTMs, as we know, currently going on is the Summertime Splash event, which is essentially just a big holiday, summery themed event with a lot of limited time modes. However, they specifically said that brand new limited time modes will be kicking off in a future update that'll include, and they mentioned a few other things, and will obviously include this Chrome event. So we still need to wait for a few more updates before these cars and before the limited time mode will be available. Now, this, I believe, is by far the biggest thing, and something that only struck me like a few days ago. I genuinely thought cars would be coming out first, second update really quick. Let's take a look about this and think about it logically. Look at the map. There's still so much water everywhere. If you've seen my video where I talk about future map changes and how the water will start dropping down, we're currently in stage 2 of 7. There's going to be 7 different versions of this Fortnite map as the water level recedes throughout the season. If we follow, for example, any of these roads, look, we're going underwater. We can't really drive around much of the map at the moment. All of the very very obvious roads that were added in with this brand new chapter. Most of them are submerged. So we're going to have to wait until a little bit more of the map is available and the water levels have gone down a little bit more. Every 10 days or so, the water level is receding. I'd put my money on the fact that we need at least another 1 or 2 levels of the water going down before cars get added. Or the other thing that Fortnite could do is launch the Chrome LTM, and in that LTM, the water levels are already right at the bottom. But I don't see them doing that when a big part of this Fortnite season and a lot of the things that are going to be coming and the revealing of new parts of the map are tied into the water levels going down gradually. Which means, and please don't get upset at me, this is all part of the water and the Fortnite theme. I don't think we're going to be getting cars for quite a little while. That's why I wanted to put this video together, manage your expectations a little bit, and at least know what's going to be coming and how it's going to be coming, even if it's a little bit further off than we thought. Obviously, things within the world of Fortnite change all of the time, and I am here as your #1 source, letting you know everything that's going on, changing, and coming in the future. So best thing to do is pop on that subscribe button, turn notifications on to hear everything first, and if anything changes, you'll know right here on the channel. Let me know out of the 4 cars, which one is your favorite currently? Which one are you thinking, yeah, I'm going to drive that one? Leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more awesome Fortnite news, information, and everything that's up to date, click on screen right here. Can you believe it? Those videos are even better than this one. It's absolutely crazy. Pick your favorite, go and check them out. I can't wait for cars to come. It's going to be happening this season, and it's going to be awesome.